Hello everyone and welcome. A very quick apology for being late with this one. It's normally out sooner, but we've had the Brooklyn DLC to contend with. But anyway, we are covering it today in this video, and it is the Seasonal Journey Guide for Crossroads. As always with these, we're going to go through every journey mission, every objective, and give you some tips along the way on how to get them done as quick as possible. And the great news is, if you did the last two journey missions, this one is so much easier. And there's been some changes. So let's go over the changes first. We'll load up the journey. You'll see that I've completed every single journey mission. We've done every objective, so I can give you some tips on how to get them all done yourself. But first, let's just explain how it works this season. So like last season, they brought in some changes. You no longer need to do mission 1 or mission 2. You'll start straight on mission 3. Once you complete mission 3, you are now going to open up 4, 5, and 6 at the same time, which means you can start working on all 3 of these journey missions, and then at some point during that, 7 will open and you'll be working on all 4 at once. You don't need to claim any missions once you completed them to move on to the next or anything like that. You can practically play the game without looking at the journey and get a ton of stuff done before you even look at it, which is great. It's still worth doing all of the missions. Even if you don't want to do 1 or 2, there's a good amount of seasonal XP associated to them. So I still recommend that you do them like I've done here to get the max amount of rewards from the journey. And finally, this season, for the first time ever, you can work in a squad to do this journey. Not every single objective can be done that way, but for the most part, your teammates will be helping you get some journey objectives done, which means it's no longer a solo thing to do. Buddy up with people, play the game as you want to, you will be rewarded. So with that said, let's get straight into it, and we are going to start with Journey Mission 1. Journey Mission 1 for this season, you got to complete Viewpoint Museum mission. This can be done on any difficulty, nice and easy. Complete resource convoys, you got to do 3 of them around any of the maps. Deconstruct weapons, just deconstruct 5 weapons and that's done. Liberate control points, just going to take over 3 control points. Craft 3 weapons at the crafting station. Loot weapons of specialized or higher quality. This will just happen naturally as you're picking up loot. Claim a season pass reward. Your season pass is just on this tab here. Just make sure as you're going through, you claim a reward, and that's as easy as that. And then finally, eliminate hostiles with a pistol. You got to kill 50 of them. And if you want a fun way to do those 50 kills, you can make a build like this. I've made a build around the Harvest sidearm with Determined on it. And with this build, I can just put the difficulty on hard and I can get a headshot, and I'm going around one-shotting NPCs with Determined again, headshot after headshot. Did it very quickly. I went on Lincoln Memorial. The 50 kills were done before I finished the mission. But it's easy enough to do however you want to. Like always with any of these journey missions, you don't need to do all of the 8 tasks. Only 6 need to be done to complete the mission. So if there's 2 that you don't like there, you can leave them. Once 6 of these are complete, you'll complete the journey mission. You can come here to claim your rewards, and these are the rewards you'll get on the left hand side here. Some receiver components, fabric, steel, ceramics, polycarbonate, some seasonal XP, and 2 field proficiency caches. You'll then be able to move on to journey mission 2. This is the only place where this is like the old journey mission where you've got to complete 1 before 2. While you're doing this, as I mentioned earlier, you will also be working on the ones after 2 or journey mission 3. So journey mission 2, you got to complete descent loops. Just go into descent and complete 1 loop. That's all you got to do. If you don't like descent though, like I just said, you can leave 2 off of this. Just skip this one. Donate resources to control points, 300 in total. Just take over control points, speak to the control point officer, and donate materials. Once you've done 300, this will be done. Complete the capital building stronghold on any difficulty, very easy. Complete bounties, you got to complete 3 of them. I'm just showing you this in case you're absolutely brand new to the game, but on any of the maps on the game, just go to the map, go to the bounties menu, and you'll see these targets. Bring them up, they'll have a selection of bounties for you. You just need to do 3 of them for the objective. Next is to complete the Potomac Event Center mission, again on any difficulty, very easy. Loot items of specialized or higher quality, 15. This again will just happen naturally. Just keep on picking up loot, you'll get this done. Eliminate hostiles with headshots. You need to do 100 of them. And again, a build like this where you are using Determined, like I am with this pistol build with Determined on the pistol and playing on a lower difficulty, is going to get you very easy headshot kills. You can also use the one-shot build, as we call it. It comes with a M700 carbon there. You just need a sniper rifle that you like that with determined on it. It's 4-piece hot shot, a Roldy Vigilance backpack, and a chain killer chest piece. After your first headshot, every shot to the body after that will be a headshot if you keep on hitting them. Very easy headshot kills. Once you got 100, the objective will be complete. And then you just need to recalibrate 3 items to finish this journey mission off. Just go into any gear piece or weapon, and you can do it on one you've already recalibrated. So if I go into my Tinker menu for the M700 Carbon, you can see I've rolled damage to target out of cover on this. I can switch that to damage to armor, back to damage to target out of cover, back to damage to armor. That'll be the 3 calibrations that I need to get this objective done. And then with Journey Mission 2 complete, you're going to be able to claim these rewards. Steel, ceramics, polycarbonate, carbon fiber, electronics, titanium, season XP, and 2 field proficiency caches. Moving on to Journey Mission 3. The objectives for this one is, starting at the top here, eliminate hostiles while at firearms tier 3 or above. You need to eliminate 120, and eliminations count as double while an active modifier is in effect. I did a video on the channel yesterday that fully breaks down these seasonal modifiers. I go in depth, I speak about it and explain it to make it as simplified for you as possible. If you want to watch that video, I will link it down in the video description. However, today I will briefly explain what you need to do as we're going through the objectives. But again, if there's any more you want to know about these modifiers, do head to that video. I talk about everything. So for this one, you will need to have the global modifier active, and enemies are going to have icons above their head. As you're killing enemies with the red icon above their head, you will be charging up your firearms attributes, and you need to get it to tier 3. You'll see it next to your HUD. You got firearms, stamina, electronics. When you see that you've reached firearms tier 3, this is going to come into effect then, and any kill that you get will count towards this objective. They'll continue to count as you go to tier 4 and tier 5. They just won't count while the firearms is at tier 1 or tier 2. This is a very easy objective to get, and you'll get it without thinking. Next is eliminate hostiles while stamina is at tier 3 or above. So that's your stamina attribute, exactly the same as I just explained for firearms, but for stamina. And then there's eliminate hostiles while at electronics tier 3 or above. Again, exactly the same as the previous 2, but for electronics. Next is deal 50 critical hits. And you've got to do this 15 times. You're not even going to need to think about this. This is going to happen. Even without a critical hit chance build, you're going to be critting. So don't worry about it. Next is gain 100,000 bonus armor using the hardcore global modifier. So if we just go back to the hardcore global modifier, we can take a look at the stamina here. And it says gain bonus armor for every 300,000 damage that you take. At tier 5, all of your armor kits are refilled, and depending on the tier of stamina will be how much bonus armor you get. Tier 1 is 1%, all the way up to tier 5 at 3.5%. So basically, as you are taking damage, you will get bonus armor, and that's what this means. You don't really need to think about it, just play the game, and you'll eventually unlock this objective. Now, I can't think of any reason why you'd want to farm this, because it will just happen, but if you do, throw on like a very tanky build, put it on a lower difficulty, just keep on taking damage off the ads, have some armor regen, they won't be able to shoot through it, throw on a catharsis mask. You'll continuously take damage, continuously get bonus armor until this is done. But again, no need to do anything like that, just play, it'll happen. Next, we have reduce skill cooldowns by a total of 1 minute via the hardcore global modifier. And you must do this 7 times. And again, if we just have a look at the hardcore global modifier and look at the electronics here, every time a skill is used, your other skill's cooldown is reduced. Shields do not trigger this. At tier 5, all skill cooldowns are reset. The bonus for the tiers, you're going to have 7.5% cooldown reduction on the other skill for tier 1, up to 22.5% at tier 5. So basically for this objective, you're going to be using skills, and then when one's on cooldown and you use the other skill, it's going to reduce the cooldown of the other. And once you've done a minute's worth, that's going to be 1 tick towards your objective that you need to do 7 times. But I'm going to show you a way to farm this one, because this one, I don't use skills. It sounds complicated. So I'm going to just quickly show you a very easy way to do it. What you're going to want to do is just go to your active modifiers and just leave this to later on if you don't have this yet. come back to this if you want to get it done. Again, we can skip 2 objectives per mission, right? But you're going to want to have the tech link. Have tech link equipped, and what this does is when you activate it, it puts you at tier 5. Okay, so we're going to take advantage of that, because when we go to electronics tier 5, if you remember, one of the perks of that is that it's going to reset all of your cooldowns. So what this enables us to do, making sure we have the tech link active there, we can just go anywhere in the open world. I'm just outside of the White House here. Make sure we have a hive on. I've got a revive hive on, as you can see on the ground. And once you're ready to activate the tech link, I'm going to destroy the hive, put it on cooldown, and then activate tech link. This is going to give me my hive back. And this does the whole minute. You can see it's journey mission 6 on screen here, because later on you got to do this again 20 times. But this will work for this one as well for the first 7 that you need to do. So basically, put your hive down, and then when tech link is ready to go, destroy the hive, and then use your tech link. And just keep on doing that 7 times for this objective. The cooldown of tech link is 60 seconds. So this will take you about 7 minutes to do. And if you use your skills regular, you're probably just going to get it naturally anyway. This is for those like myself that forget skills exist. Eliminate hostiles while all attributes are at tier 2 or higher is the next objective. And this is very easy to do. Eliminations will count as double while an active modifier is in effect, and you do need 100 of them. But basically, as you're playing, as we've already mentioned, you're going to be killing ads with symbols above their head. Just charge up your attributes. Make sure that firearms, stamina, and electronics are all 2 or above. As long as you don't use any active modifier, these aren't on any like decaying system. They're not going to decay or anything. You can keep on playing, keep on stacking them, and they will stay. So just get all 3 above 2, keep on getting kills until this is done. Don't use any active modifiers. This won't reset them. You'll have this before you even know it. And finally, reach tier 5 in any attribute 20 times. Probably going to happen naturally. You'll be using your active modifiers, and if you use the ones that make you go to tier 5, they will work. And again, like I just said, if you just keep on killing enemies with symbols above their head, they are going to keep on charging all of your attributes. And what you will want to do this time, because you've got to reach tier 5 in any attribute 20 times, if you notice that you're at tier 5 on all 3 of them, just proc an active modifier so it uses it and it resets these so you can reach tier 5 again. Very simple, very easy. You'll have this in no time. Remembering you can leave 2 of these if you want to, so just pick 2 that you don't really like. And once you complete 6 of these, journey mission 3 is complete. You are going to unlock the Isaac mod unlock, which is target rich environment active modifier. Get some carbon fiber, electronics, titanium, 5 exotic components, some seasonal XP, and you get a season set and season set blueprints, which is new for this season. So I think that is measured assembly. You get all of your measured assembly pieces in this and the blueprints for them. And with mission 3 unlocked, as I mentioned earlier, you're now going to have 4, 5, and 6 to work on at the same time. But we will start with 4. And something I also want to mention this time is passive modifiers. For the first time this season, they are going to be on some objectives. You can see for this top objective here, we're going to be getting the specialized Isaac mod unlock, which is the specialized passive modifier. So have a look at these from here on out, because some objectives are going to have the passive modifiers, and this is how you get them, which means when you're choosing 2 to potentially skip, you're probably not going to want to skip the ones with the passive modifiers on. So starting at the top, we've got eliminate hostiles while at firearms tier 4 or above, and you need to do 150. Same as I said before, just charge your firearms up to tier 4 or above. Don't use any active modifiers, so you're not going to drain this, because it's not going to drain itself. You'll stay at 4 when you reach 4. Just keep on getting kills. At 150, you'll be done. And next is eliminate hostiles while at firearms tier 5. Exactly the same as the above, but this time 100 of them. Just charge your firearms to tier 5. You won't lose it. It won't decay. Keep on getting kills. Don't use any active modifier, and you'll get this done. I know it says eliminations count as double while an active modifier is in effect, but this is going to bring your firearms score down, which means you got to charge it back up again without scoring for this. For me, just get it to 5, keep it there, and get the kills. I think that'll be quicker. After that is eliminate elites with signature weapons with the specialized passive modifier equipped. And you've got to kill 40 elites for this. And this can be a little bit tricky, but I've got a nice easy way for you to do it. Now, this isn't an actual build. I just crafted for Tip of the Spear and took over another build that I have. With Tip of the Spear, it is automatically going to regenerate signature ammo every 60 seconds, which helps a ton. So just craft yourself 4 pieces of this. Red cores, doesn't matter what the build, whatever the rest of the build is, but have 4 pieces of this and whatever specialization you prefer. I think the gunner specialization is great because of the amount of ammo that you have, so I went with this. Once you've got that together, head to Lincoln Memorial and start this mission on any difficulty that you want to. It makes sense just to put it on story. As you go through this mission, you'll get your first named elite enemy here. I know they don't need to be named, just need to be elite, but make sure you kill this first one with your specialization weapon, and that'll be 1 out of 40. He's a little bit tanky there, he will eventually go. There you go. And once he's dead, continue on with the mission. At the end of the mission, you'll always get 3 elite named enemies. You'll kill these enemies as you run in here, and this will start the named elite spawning. The first one is on his way to me now. So I'll make sure I go to my specialization weapon, I'll kill him, and then once he's dead and the ad behind him's dead, another elite is going to spawn in. Here he is now, so it's going to be the 3rd elite that I've got with my specialization on this mission. I'll kill him, and then finally the boss comes out. Now leave the other ads alive, make sure you don't kill them, and just kill this final boss. That'll make it 4 elites guaranteed for this mission, and once he's dead, it's not like you need to do a whole mission again, because what you can do now is kill yourself. There's still ads alive, so just let them kill you or kill yourself, and what this will do is put you back on the checkpoint before, so you can kill all of these elites again. Now, every time you do respawn, your specialization ammo won't come back, so you might want to manage this, but that Tip of the Spear set you just put on will replenish some every 60 seconds. So just go again. Just kill all 3 of these elites with your specialization, and you'll be getting 3 every single time that you respawn. Just one more tip, because while I was doing this, I noticed my special ammo was going quite quick. Some will drop on the ground again for you, but I started to bring the elite's health armor down with my main weapon, and then when their armor was low, I'd then switch to my specialization just to finish the kill with a few bullets. This really saved on specialization ammo, and it meant I wasn't hanging around for Tip of the Spear. And once you have killed 40 of these elites with your specialization weapon, the objective is going to be complete. It's as easy as that. It's only going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes max. And although I did mention it when I read the description of that objective out, just make sure that the specialized passive modifier is on, because if this isn't on, it's not going to count. Next is eliminate hostiles with critical hits while the loaded up passive modifier is equipped. You need to do 30 of them. I did this without even thinking. You're just killing enemies with crit hits. So throw on a crit build. Make sure you are as close to the max crit chance as possible, which is 60%. And go and shoot some ads. You'll have it before you know it. You just need to make sure that you have equipped the loaded up passive modifier. Without this being equipped, it won't count. Your next objective is to perform double kills while at firearms tier 4 or above, and you have to do 50 of them. It says double kills do count as double while an active modifier is in effect, but as already discussed with other objectives like this, don't worry about active modifiers. Just get your firearms to tier 4 or above and leave it there. It won't decay. Once it's there, any double kill that you get is going to count, and you do need 50. Now, I got this without thinking. Play on a lower difficulty. Ads die quickly like that. You basically got to get 2 kills very, very close together, pretty much in succession or at the same time. Now, if you are struggling with this to get them to proc, have someone run a skill build, because if someone's running a skill build or yourself and you're throwing cluster mines out, cluster seeker mines, these will quite often get double kills. So just run a skill build, put the difficulty on story even, drop the difficulty as low as you want to make sure these ads die very, very easily. Again, get to firearms tier 4 or above, and just let your cluster mines get double kills in every single area. You'll have this before you know it. The next objective is eliminate hostiles with headshots while at firearms tier 5. You need to do 100 of them. So again, I'm repeating myself, but don't use your active modifier for the double in effect, because you probably get more kills by not using it, because you don't need to charge back up once you're at tier 5. It'll stay there. And maybe use like the headshot build I discussed earlier, the hot shot, one shot build. Just keep on getting headshots with that. You'll have 100 kills very quickly. Reach tier 5 in firearms 30 times. So because this is a reach tier 5, you are going to want to use an active modifier, because once you get to tier 5, it won't drop unless you use an active modifier, which will give you some buffs and then reset your attributes to charge them up again. You just need to keep on reaching tier 5, use an ult so it drops it, and reach tier 5 again. You'll get this pretty easily. And then gain 1 tier's worth of firearms score 20 times. Now, honestly, this kind of confuses me, but you're basically gaining a tier all the time. Like I said, you start on tier 1, you're killing ads with red above their heads, you'll be gaining tiers up to 5. So as you're doing everything else, this is just going to happen. I didn't even look at this one, it just happened for me. Just keep on killing enemies with red above their head so you're gaining tiers. If you need to reset the firearms, use an active modifier, reset them, you'll be gaining tiers again. And with that, Journey Mission 4 is complete. Again, we can leave 2 of these, but I suggest not leaving the top 2 because they have passive modifiers on them. Once you've done this, you'll get the Assault Link active modifier as your reward. You'll also get some Season XP, an exotic cache, and a Journey build cache. This basically gives you all the items for an entire build. If I remember right, I think it's a Negotiator Dilemma build. I could be wrong though, correct me in the comments if I am. We then move on to Journey Mission 5, and things do start getting trickier from 5 onwards as always, but this is why we're making this video, because I'm going to cover anything that is tricky and let you know how easy it can be. So we can skip 2 again. The passive modifiers on this one is padding on the top objective. You're getting safety first on the second objective. So again, if you're going to skip any of these, don't skip the top 2 because you're going to want those passive modifiers. And we'll start at the top. You must eliminate hostiles while at stamina tier 4 or above. We've spoke about this and repeating ourselves all through this video, but you know the drill. Get to tier 4 and above, put in stamina, keep it there by not using any active modifiers, and get kills. Very easy. Eliminate hostiles while at stamina tier 5, exactly the same as the above, just 100 and at tier 5, so get to tier 5, stay there, don't use any of your active modifiers and just get kills. And then eliminate elite hostiles while the extra padding passive modifier is equipped. You need to do 40 of them. Now, I use this naturally. You can see it's on my build anyway. The extra padding passive modifier, you'll gain 5% protection from elites per blue core while at tier 5 in stamina. You don't need to be at tier 5 in stamina for this. You just need to have the passive modifier on. As long as it's on and you're killing elite enemies, these will score towards the objective. Obviously, the higher the difficulty, the more elite enemies there are going to be. So that's up to you. Higher difficulty, quicker you'll get it done. Next is eliminate immobilizers or scorchers from max 5 meters away while the safety first passive modifier is equipped. This can be a little bit of a nightmare. Eliminations count as double while an active modifier is in effect. This is actually quite handy for this one, but when I tried doing that, it didn't work. I only got scored once anyway, so I don't know whether that's bugged or something. But I'm going to show you a great way to do this now very quickly. You've got to do 30 of them. I know where a great scorcher location is. You'll kill 3 every single time. You'll kill yourself, rinse and repeat, and yeah, you'll get this done in no time. Just make sure that you do have the safety first passive modifier equipped. You can see this here on my build. What this does is give you hazard protection of 7.5% for every stamina tier that you have. Make sure it's equipped or these won't count. And once you're ready, you want to go to Roosevelt Island and set the difficulty to this mission at story. That's important because on story, the ad spawns are always the same. If you go hard, normal, or whatever, it can be inconsistent with the spawns and you might not get as many scorchers. You will get the elite one that you're about to see every single time, but on story, there's an additional 2 red bar scorchers. I say 2, it might be 3. Now just play through the mission until you get up to this point here. I don't think there's any scorchers up to this point. But when you do get here and you come up to the flame pit, you want to just take off your revive 5 because you're going to be killing yourself. And if you throw on something like a sticky explosive bomb, this is a great skill that you can kill yourself with. So I'm just throwing that on there. Now, you're going to run into the area and straight away there'll be 2 Scorchers right in front of you. Scorchers are the enemies here that have tanks on the back and they got flamethrowers. Make sure that you get right in the face because you've got to be within 5 meters when you kill them. You can see there I just procced my ult and it didn't count as a double. So that was number 2. That was number 3. I already got 1 earlier on. And then just start killing some ads. You don't want to kill all the ads in this area because what you're going to want to do at the end is kill yourself. If you clear all of the ads, you will move on and you'll have to start again. So leave one alive. You just noticed another Scorcher just jumped in there from that spawn. That Scorcher will spawn in all the time as well. And there's the elite one. That elite one will be the last Scorcher that spawns in. Once you kill the wildfire, that's 4 for this area, I believe. And then you can kill yourself and go to the last checkpoint, providing another enemy is alive. So you can see there's someone alive. I'm just going to kill myself with that sticky bomb or a concussion grenade now, or let the ad kill me. And when I die, I'll be able to do it again. The checkpoint is right before the area where the restock box is. So you just run back in and do exactly the same. Kill the 2 Scorchers when you run in. Get the additional Scorcher that spawns, making sure that you're within 5 meters every single time. Kill the elite one. With that done, leaving an enemy alive, kill yourself, and keep on doing this until you get 30 of them. Really easy to do. The next objective is to gain 100,000 bonus armor using the hardcore global modifier 50 times. Again, you don't need to think about this one. We explained the one before. You had to do this on one of the previous journey missions. You're going to be getting bonus armor by taking damage naturally with the global modifier. The more of a stamina score that you got, the more bonus armor that you get. So it will be quicker if you just max out all of your tiers and don't use any ults, so they're always maxed out, because you'll always be getting more bonus armor when you're taking damage. If you wanted to farm this, you could throw a tank build together. That's pretty much invincible. Just keep on taking damage, keep on getting bonus armor, and it'll pop up quicker that way. But through natural play and progression, this will just happen. Use armor kits. You got to use 50 armor kits. I don't need to show you a video on how to do that. You can farm it if you want to, but play the game, use armor kits. Once you've done 50, this will be done. Reach tier 5 in stamina 30 times. So there is an ult that allows you to do that. You can go up to tier 5 right away by hitting an ult. So you can hit that ult 30 times, they'll do it. Or you can just reach it naturally, use an ult, charge it back up again. You get the drill, just like the firearms before. And then gain 1 tier's worth of stamina score 20 times. Exactly the same as the firearms one before. Just play the game, keep on gaining tiers, keep on resetting them so you can continue gaining tiers with an ult, and you'll have that before you know it. With that done, Journey Mission 5 is complete. Remembering you can skip any 2 of these if you want to, just not the top 2. Your rewards are the Security Link active modifier, some seasonal XP, exotic caches, and another Journey build cache. Now, if the other one wasn't Negotiator's Dilemma, this one will be. And I've forgotten now what the other set that they give you, but it's a good cache. It basically sets you up for a build. It might even include an exotic, if I remember. Moving on to Journey Mission 6 now. Starting at the top, we've got 2 more passive modifiers. We've got Interference Blocker and we've got Hands On. So again, when you're skipping 2 of these, if you are going to choose to skip any, don't skip the top 2. And starting at the top, you have to eliminate hostiles while at Electronics tier 4 or above. Now I'm just going to repeat myself again. Just kill enemies. Charge your electronics up. Once you're at tier 4 or above, don't use any ults. You'll stay there. Just keep on getting kills. This will get done. And the same for the next one with tier 5. Get to electronics tier 5. Don't use any ults. It won't decay. Keep on getting kills and you'll get this. Next is eliminate hostiles with drones or turrets while the interference blocker passive modifier is equipped. And you got to kill 80 enemies. The interference blocker modifier looks like this. Disrupt resistance is increased by 10% for each electronics tier. Just make sure that this is equipped or your kills won't count. Throw on a skill build, put on a drone, put on a turret, and use your skills to get kills. It's as easy as that. Your next objective is eliminate hostiles with hives or seeker mines while the hands-on passive modifier is equipped. And you need to kill 50 enemies with this. And the hands-on passive modifier looks like this. While at electronics tier 5, 50% of your current skill haste value is added as skill damage bonus. So again, just throw on a low difficulty, throw on a skill build, make sure your cluster mines or seeker mines selected, keep on killing enemies with seeker mines. As long as you got this passive modifier on, they'll count. Once you got the required kills, you'll have the objective done. The next objective is damage hostiles with 2 different skills within 5 seconds, 30 times. Well, while you're doing these other 2, the best ones to match this up with is drones and turrets, because you can target your drone and target your turret at 2 different enemies. They'll do damage, and you'll easily deal damage to 2 different enemies within 5 seconds this way. Very easy. Just do it 30 times and you'll be done. Next is reduce skill cooldowns by a total of 1 minute via the hardcore global modifier. You gotta do it 20 times. I mentioned this earlier when you've seen that I was working on this on screen. Just put that tech link on as the active modifier. Go outside the White House, have a hive equipped, put the hive down, destroy it, use the tech link. That will count as one of these. It'll take 20 minutes doing it this way because of the cooldown for the tech link. It takes a minute. But every time you have it, just destroy a hive, use tech link. It'll be another marker off this. Very easy to do. Reach tier 5 in electronics. It's the same as stamina and firearms before. Just reach tier 5. To reset your attribute, just use an alt. That will reset it so you can reach tier 5 again. There's also the tech link when you have it. You haven't got it at this point, but once you've got it after this, if you leave these 2 till last, you can just use the tech link. That will take you to tier 5 as well. And yeah, very self-explanatory. Gain 1 tier's worth of electronic score. You'll be doing this naturally as we discussed with firearms and stamina. You just need to do that 20 times. So you'll get them without thinking. And with all of that done, you'd have completed Journey Mission 6. Remember, you can leave 2 of these if you want to, but not the top 2. I wouldn't because of the passive modifiers. You'll be rewarded with the tech link active modifier for completing this, seasonal XP, another journey build cache, which I forget what was in that, and 2 exotic caches. Journey Mission 7, and the first thing you may notice here that we don't have any mask. This is true. You'll notice a lot in my streams, not sure why they did that. However, there's a lot of apparel available this season regardless. So much has been added to the game. We can accept that. We don't need a mask this season, I guess. But yeah, it was nice to have a mask at the end of this on the last 2. We don't have it this time. There's just 4 exotic caches and season XP to claim. There's no other need to do this in that respect. There's no other active modifier there. But you do get passive modifiers for the top 2 objectives here. We've got the best kind of defense and supportive. We've also got tech upgrades on the 3rd objective, multitasker on the 4th objective, and a tier a day on the 5th objective, with the final 3 having none. So you do want to complete these to complete your passive modifier set, and you can skip 2 of these, but I wouldn't skip any of the first 5 because you want the passive modifiers. So starting at the top, you have to eliminate hostiles from max 10 meters away with headshots 150 times. So easy. Like, if you think back to Journey Mission 7 the last 2 seasons, how grindy they were, that's all you got to do for that one. So again, the hotshot one-shot build, just use that. Get headshots from a distance. Very easy, self-explanatory. Use armor repairing skills 50 times. For this, I just threw a chem launcher on. While I was playing, every time I needed a heal, I just threw a chem launcher on the ground. In fact, I think it still worked if I didn't need a heal. So basically, run the reinforcer chem launcher, keep on firing it at your feet or your teammates' feet. This will count every time you do it. Once you've done it 50 times, this will be done. Eliminate an enemy that you have hit with both weapons and skills. So you don't need to run a skill build for this one, but when you are playing, maybe run like a drone or a turret. Just have a skill dealing damage to an enemy that you're also shooting with a weapon, and once they die, that will count, and you just need to do that 150 times. Really easy to do. Reach tier 4 in all attributes at once, and you got to do it 40 times. Well, for this one, we've been saying this all the way through. You don't need to use your ult. You can charge up your attributes and they will not decay. So keep on playing, and once you notice that firearms, stamina, and electronics are all at tier 4, that's when you want to use an ult. That will then give you the bonuses from using that ult, but afterwards it will reset your tiers where you got to charge them up again. So get everything to 4, use your ult, get everything to 4, use your ult, and so on until you've done this 40 times. Very easy. reach a sum of 12 tiers between all attributes. And you got to do this 40 times. It's exactly the same as the above, but the above required tier 4 in all 3, whereas this one, it can be mixed up. You could be tier 5 in 2 of them and tier 2 in another one. So you will get this as you get this, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't even seem like an additional objective, because when you reach tier 4 in all attributes at once, you have in effect reached a sum of 12 tiers between all attributes. So I am pretty sure you get these two together. So moving on. Reach tier 5 in firearms without any red cores equipped. Now for these last 3, I'm going to explain them all together, because you've got to reach tier 5 in firearms without any red cores equipped, reach tier 5 in stamina without any blue cores equipped, and reach tier 5 in electronics without any yellow cores equipped. Let's start with firearms. So I need to reach tier 5 in firearms. I can't have any red cores on my build. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my modifiers. I'm going to go to my active modifiers. And I need to reach tier 5 in firearms. So I'm going to throw on Assault Link. The reason for that is because when I use this, I'm going to reach tier 5. And that's going to count as one of the 50, yeah? So we're going to use that. And now I need a build with no red cores. So I'll go to my builds. This build won't do, but I've got a build down here somewhere. It's a skill build or something. I think a refactor. So I'll throw on my refactor. There we go. Now it's got a memento on right now. So let's just switch that out to something that doesn't have a red core on it. Birdie's backpack. We're done. So this build now has no red cores. And I can put myself at tier 5 firearms whenever I want to. So we're currently in Brooklyn. You can be wherever you want to be outside the White House if you want to. Now, you don't need to farm it this way, but I'll show you how easy that it can be without even doing anything. If you just want to stand there for 50 minutes or 40 minutes, however much is you need to do it, just go into a place where it's charging. Oh, you can see I've got the Assault Link ready to go. I'm currently 1 in firearms. If I press T, 5. That's going to count. I've just reached tier 5 in firearms and I've got no red cores equipped. Now what I can do is just stand here. I can get on my phone. I can check social media, go in our Discord, subscribe to all my channels, like the video. I can do what I want. I can wait 60 seconds. Once the 60 seconds are up, I'll be able to do this again. Like I said, this is a boring way of doing it, but it's as easy as it is. You can literally stand here and get all 50 of these without moving and just waiting for the cooldown. So you can also see the cooldown on my HUD there, the grey icon at the bottom. It's about to be ready to be used again. There we go. Tier 1 firearms, press T. It's now tier 5 with a build with no red cores on. That's 2 out of 50. You can keep doing that. Now what I suggest you do is play the game like this. So play around with this build, maybe farm some priority objectives, do some shepherding, whatever you want to. And then every single time that you heard a sound to let you know that you can use this modifier again, use it to make you go to tier 5 firearms. Once you've done it 50 times, if you're efficient with this, it'll take you 50 minutes. You'll be done. And then it's pretty much the same for the other two. So for the stamina one, we got to reach tier 5 in stamina without any blue cores equipped. So this one's a little bit more fun, unless you like skill builds. I'm just going to throw on a all red build, so you could use that hot shot build if you wanted to. This is all red cores, so there's no blue cores on this. You can also use like an all yellow build as well for this one. You just can't have any blue cores. And if we go to our active modifiers, we can throw on security link. With this one, your stamina attribute is set to tier 5. So instead of your firearms, it's going to be doing your stamina. Now, that's going to have to cool down, so I can't show it you right now, but you get the drift. Now I'm just going to wait for that to come off cooldown. I'm going to use it. It'll put me at tier 5 stamina. I'll wait for it to go to cooldown, use it again, and so on until I've done it 50 times. And then the last one is reach tier 5 in electronics without any yellow cores equipped. So we could use exactly the same build because it's all red. And we just need to go into our active modifiers again. And this time we're going to put on Tech Link, because Tech Link is going to put us at tier 5 when we use it. And it's the same again. I can stand here and do it if I want to. Every single time that the modifier is available, I'll press T to activate it. It'll put me at electronics tier 5 and it'll count because I've got an all red build with no yellows on it. I'll wait for the cooldown, do it again. And yeah, that's how you do those 3. They're very easy. I suggest not standing here doing it. I suggest playing the game while you do it. And those 3 are probably the most grindiest. To be honest with you, this journey is so much easier than the previous 2. Please, more of this in the future. This was an absolute dream compared to the other 2. I remember the first time the journeys came out, I think it was like 40 hours to complete the journey in one sitting on stream. The next one was just over 24. This one, I completed Brooklyn. I took 21 runs in a row of that army mission to get the catalyst mask. And then I focused on the journey and still got this done within 24 hours. So it was really easy. I didn't really need to focus on this at all. So much was done. By the time I actually looked at it, I just had a few things to tick off. Like I don't use skill builds, so there's that to do. I was working in a group, so my group was helping me with a lot of stuff. Stuff like this is not grouped, so if people are doing this, you do need to do this yourself. And there is other things you got to do yourself, but if you're playing in groups, your groups are going to knock a lot of this stuff off for you as well. So much easier this season, so much more laid back. Kudos to Massive for that, because the last 2 were terrible. This one was much more fun. Once you've completed Journey Mission 7, as we've already explained, you will get XP, you'll get 4 exotic caches, and the journey's done. Now, I will, if you follow me on GCROCK VODs, I will be going through this and breaking down a few of these in little videos. So if there's anything where you wanted a bit more information on, I think I've covered everything here. I was brief on some stuff, but feel free to comment down in the description as well. I'll answer any questions that I see. But on my VODs channel, I might go and put some singular videos out that cover things more, a little more. So do check out that as well. But that is now the end of the video. I've just got a load of plugs now to close this off, so if you don't want to listen to those, feel free to back out. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope the video has been helpful and you have enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a like and drop a comment if you have, because every bit of engagement helps push the video through the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with future content. Right next to that, you'll find a join button. Becoming a channel member is a great way to support me even more and unlock exclusive Discord access with me, which you might like, so do check that out. And be sure to check out the Discords. You know, they are linked in the video description. We have some great Discord communities. Definitely become a part of them if you're not already. As always, I truly appreciate your time, and until the next one, take care.